go. Welcome everybody. Oh wait, my camera's not on. There we are. Alright, so before we get too deep into C++, also,
Alright,
here we go. Welcome everybody. Hold on. Oh wait, my camera's not on. There we are. Okay, I gotta mute myself. There we go. So, anyways, before I get too deep into C++, I did want to point out a couple of things. Obviously, my playground is still pretty lacking. I mean, it's a very basic understanding. Oh, real quick, I did add another test window to Hello World. So if you go down to the bottom, there's another one, so you don't have to go all the way to the... Oh, wait. I didn't refresh it since the last build, but... And I don't know. I still have some work to do on this. These bother me, these red X's. I need to figure out how to get rid of those, so... That's in the works, and then more advanced concepts. So again, these are just the very basic concepts, not even really enough to get you to where you can start doing some clashes efficiently with Python, I would say. You know, they're just very basic. However, I did come across something on my OSCS CodePen page, so it's two links here. And again, I'm still going to fix this and make it look a little better. But anyways, this GitHub is actually, well, let's go ahead and click it. Not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's a cheat sheet. Actually, if we go back to his homepage, you'll see whose it is. Yeah, so I came across this on LinkedIn, and you can go right here for his GitHub version of the Python cheat sheet. And this is a good resource for the more advanced concepts. So I am going to go back and fix data structures, add, some functionality with lists, dictionaries. I mean, as it is, I just gave examples. However, here, you've got sort, reverse, different built-in methods that already exist for these things, for lists, and then, then you've got a section for dictionaries, and he even has a more user-friendly one here, and that's the second link on my OSCS, right here. So, here you can see it all gussied up, but basically, just the same information. But this is all the stuff that I need to get to, and actually I don't even use sets. I'm not familiar with sets. I haven't worked with them yet, so not in that fashion. So, anyways, I just wanted to point that out. So if you want to go more pro with your Python education, check out this GitHub. He does have an option to buy the PDF, so if you have money, then consider supporting him. I'm pretty broke, so he actually just made the list of things to invest in the stream eventually in my tutorial materials, but so far everything's open source, including what I consume. So, but he does offer, fork me on GitHub, so he even suggests take my code, play with it, learn it, use it, so there's still an open source aspect of it. However, if you do want to sponsor him, you can buy a PDF, apparently. So, alright, so having said that, I just wanted to get the basics of the C++ playground set up. I still have a long way to go. And yeah, I still need to figure out the red X's there and add content here. Let's go back to C++. So as it is, it's unnamed. So I need to find which playground it is. So it's not HPGS. So if we go to my repositories, HP, so I think it's this one. Nope, that's Java, so not 48545 either. And eventually I want to make those a little more useful stuff, but let's see. This one, IXGR. Okay, and so actually it does look like I've already started to. Let's go ahead and pull that up. At beginner C++ concepts, I'm not sure why it's not picking that up. So, but if we go here, oh, so I actually already have most of the stuff set up. Okay. And I can start talking about at least the Hello World portion and how C++ differs from other languages. Control flow, I could probably do. I mean, right now they're just placeholder tabs, so this is just irrelevant information I just copied over and over. Loops, I already know, and that's why I have it commented out. It doesn't work, so... I mean, one of my first goals will probably be to add a little code testing place so I can test it out as I go and make sure that I am giving correct and accurate information. So we got recursion, yeah, just recursion. Alright, so let's go back to Hello World. So let's see. Could just start building it. So, starting from scratch. Go back to, got them in statements. Okay. Okay, so we've got that, and then don't need this. Okay. We're basically starting all over. Most people learn for a coding language is the Hello World program. This demonstrates an important concept that is useful in debugging communicating with other users of your code and self notes. By self notes, I mean both pseudocode for the creation of code and notes made. Let's see. For the draft, there you go. We'll even say rough draft. For the rough draft of code and notes made during the coding process. There we go. I might change it later, but for now that's a basic description. Now I need to add, actually do I still have, I do not. I'll go back to, so I need to build that line of code in Python. Be able to do one of those run bars. Yeah, without jumping all around. Here we go. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close OSCS. Just be aware this is my profile. Check it out. Python is really lacking. I mean, I have basically a few examples, so I included my replit. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, let's go ahead and, oh no, not live streams. Let's go back to here. Yes, this is it. I need to include that in my Python page. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put that at the very top. Let's see. Some basic HTML here. For an interactive guide on beginner Python concepts. Out my Python playground. That's capitalized playground. On coding games learn tab at just trying to be as descriptive as possible. You want to make it as easy as you can for other people to find your tutorials. Let's see. Oh no, I already copied it. Let's see. Ahref. Bing. And then I also like to, I'll often just actually paste what the link is I mean, sometimes I'll do it like this, replit, but so people can trust that it's not a malicious link. You know, it is in fact CodinGame. You know, or you can actually just go to CodinGame and then let's see. But that's why I also included the Learn tab. So they'll go to CodinGame. They're like, oh, where do I find it? Activities, and then Learn. Let's see. I'll put that as well. Activities. Arrow Learn. Okay, cool. So we got that. As well as the making of the Python playground on CodinGame. There we go. And then from there you can find it in the YouTubes and all that stuff. I mean, you still have to do some of the work in searching it, but at least we can get rid of that. Focus back on C++. I don't even have a C++ page yet, so that's kind of one of the things. In fact, I need to put that. Let's put that at the very front. Okay. Oh, and then the White Hat Manifesto. I started this stream off with, we can go ahead and check that out. I have a brief explanation, well, brief. I have an explanation of what White Hat means. And basically, like, you know, be a Jedi, do good by others, help others, expect nothing in return, stuff like that. Just the way people should act in general. So it's kind of like a code of conduct, but specifically for hackers, but I mean, it really does apply to everyone. So there's that. All right, back to the C++. So we have that little snippet. Let's go ahead and... Oh, actually, wait a minute. I'm already editing it, and that's right. Never mind. You gotta be careful. You don't want to confuse it. Let's see. So, gotta add that line of code. Oops. It again from the one. And this is just a little refresher. This is that active run command. So go back in here, paste that. All right. So now try it out. Try out it out. And then gonna try to do a little better on the naming scheme. Oops. And I'm fairly certain C++ uses snake case as well. That's more of a code. Hello world. There we go. Think in Java and JavaScript or camel case, and then as long as you use snake case in C, C++, C#, should be good. So, actually I do have my guide, the book by the creator of C++ himself. Can you see that? Well, it's Programming Principles and Practice Using C++. But as you can see, it's a pretty hefty tome. But it has everything in here. Although, funny enough, I was trying to find makefiles, which hopefully this run command, and we'll find out real shortly if it does work. I was looking for a makefile all through here, and they just directed me to Visual Studios. The creator of the coding language told me to go and use Visual Studios. So you can definitely do that. That's going to be one of the first things I direct people to on the OSCS page that I make for C++, just because, yeah, I mean, Visual Studios is very powerful. It's free until you start making money off of it, then you got to buy a license. So, but anyways, let's see if we can do it this way, and I want to put this code, and I want to have all of this code in the example because I need to talk about a couple of things. So, and I'll try to actually write that on here as well, but for now, let's go ahead and commit. Wait, did I copy? I don't know. Just be safe. Put it on the clipboard, commit these changes, and then we can see it's going to have an error until I make that file. So let's go ahead and make that file. Go back to the main directory, create a new file, and this is going to be hello world.md, and we actually already have that since it remembers from the Python one, it looks like, and we'll just plop this code down there, commit that, and that should make this runnable, executable, that section of code. So let's go here. Then you don't have to actually click anything. You can see the errors, maybe to refresh it, but oh, let's see. iTitle. Okay, so that's good. I was wondering about that. So actually, let's look at how it's written here. iTitle. That's what I thought. That's what I have. And then if you look at on here, it goes. A copy of their tech.io file. Let's see. Title. Oh, that's silly. So I think I just accidentally added an I. Yeah, property I titles unknown. Okay, so I don't know why I did that. Let's see if that's a thing. Okay. Okay. See the logs. Statement MD project. That's right. So now gotta go. Ooh. Actually. Alright, I'm gonna open up two of them side by side because we need to look at the other one. Pretty sure it's HPGS. Python, yeah. I gotta go to the tech.io and add this part. However, I don't know what the runner is, so we're gonna have to do a little research there. I think I know where to find it though, so I'll show you where to do that. So let's go ahead. Is this, and does it matter if there's a space? No. Okay. And yeah, title. I don't know where I got the title. I must have just accidentally hit I and clicked it or something. So anyways, let's go ahead and commit that. It's not going to be the correct runner, so we're still going to have an issue. In fact, let's see what it says. It's going to be like, you can't use Python. Missing stub. Oh, did I not? Okay, we've got that. Did I not make Hello World? Did I not save? This is HPD, yes. Okay. I need to do this one. Cause lag on the stream. Alright. So let's go back to here. That would be why. It's not an MD, it's a PY. So let's fix that. So it's meant to be a Python file. Let's see if the colors change automatically. Alright, so commit that. And then while it's doing that, actually no, let's look at the logs, the notes. And it's gonna be upset with us that we don't have the correct runner to run C++. Oh no. I don't want to publish. Is it working? No way. Also, this is C++, not Python. Hold on. We're getting way ahead of ourselves. So it's actually a CPP file. It's not a PY. It's not an MD. My apologies. C++ uses the .cpp file extension. Okay, I gotta get my languages straight. So, now let's think about that. I'm waiting for it to say something like confliction with. Right, I also gotta change it in the this. Okay. There we go. So I think that's what this is it's an unexpected indent. Normally in C++, just like Java, you don't actually worry about indentation or spacing. You're more worried about the curly brackets and semicolons. That's the syntax you gotta worry about. I still try to make all of my C++ code look similar to a Python style. You'll notice we've got the include at the very left. These could actually be moved over, and then actually all of this could be moved over, really. In fact, maybe I should do that while I'm thinking about it. The only reason I didn't have them over was because of the way that the markup files, the MD files, are affected by that. So one tab line up with the C out, and then that lines up with the function. You can also do it like this. People do. I don't. So, but this is acceptable in industry and educational. But I like to have it there. That's just where I'm used to seeing it. So as long as you have the bracket, the curly bracket, at the beginning of your function declaration line, or at the end of your function declaration line, either here or on the new line, and then before any code contained in it, so everything within the curly brackets is contained within this function. So, and then this stuff, like a lot of languages, you can include other things like IOStream, which you need for your input-output, your cout. So, let's see. I should add. Let's go ahead and commit this change and look at it. So this is still kind of like a prep warm-up video. So I think I might make another one more official, but I'm just trying to see if I can get it to a point where I can publish it. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But yeah. So, let's see. So that looks more like what I'm used to seeing with a C++ file. You have your includes, so any other libraries or sections of code that you need included to use in your code. And then these things, let's see, am I explaining C++ yet or not? Or is it still the setup? Well, I'll go ahead and talk about it. So, and I'll probably just repeat myself. I have this commented out, and these are comments in C++, the double slash, and then it'll change the color of the text of the screen as a comment. The reason I have it there is because you can use this line instead of doing a bunch of these lines, and then that'll say that you're just using all of the namespace of the standard library. However, you can also do it this way to specify which ones, and then if you don't have either of these, so if you were to comment this out, you would need to do standard :cout, and also if you did another end line, you would need to do standard : end line, just to tell the compiler which library you're pulling this cout tool from and the end line tool from. So these are little executable or little tools themselves, or little bits of code or programs. And you can override them. You can change them. You can also change, and that's a little more advanced than what I want to get into for now. I mean, I might make a video eventually, but you can also override the operators to customize how those work. So, oops. Well, so there's a lot of they give you a lot of power with C++. However, it was described as a bucket of razor blades by one of my favorite professors back at CSU. It's very powerful. It allows you to do many things, but it's really easy to destroy your computer, destroy your code, destroy your data. Like, it'll let you just rip through anything, and if you're not careful. So you need to make sure, and that might sound a little scarier than what it actually does, but it's really easy to break your code or break your program for unseen errors, unseen bugs that you just don't get as much in other languages. Like Java is kind of more it'll hold your hand, it'll clean up after you, stuff like that. Python even more so. It'll prevent you from doing things that would damage your computer or damage your data. However, C++ is just like, all right, let's do it. It's cool. Sounds good. So, I mean, they do have error messages, but most of the time, it'll just tell you segmentation fault and then crash. So, or next thing you know is you've erased everything in your computer. So, be very careful. Anyways, as far as this is concerned, I need to describe this. So we do have a little bit of a description. Hello world, and that doesn't look like, if we go to, yeah, this is the Python one. Yeah, hello world. We've got this. So I'm almost wondering, let's see what that looks like. Because that's all I'm doing on the other one is adding a comment, or making it into a comment. No. Uh-oh. Did I break it? I think I broke it. Reload. Alright. So, I mean, I can just do it in my GitHub, I suppose. There. Okay, so it actually didn't do anything. It just still kept it as that. So I can also take out this section now that I have that, but I do need to... Let's go ahead and look at that first. Before we get too far, let's make sure we have our runner working. And so to do that, I think it's under coding exercise, and go all the way down here. Then the runner. Here we go. So, yeah, it's the execution engine for your code. It packages your project and then runs your code exercises. So it's a Docker image. You may use official images available on the Docker Hub or those made specifically for the TechIO platform, which include extra tools and features. And then here's the documentation for the runner. So let's take a look at that. Because, I mean, it could be Clang like Replit uses. It could be just like I'm used to seeing. And I'm sure it's in somewhere to make your own proper makefile. But as far as this, let's see. Yeah, when a user clicks the run button, a new Docker container is spawned in the TechIO infrastructure. A Docker container packages all the resources and programs to execute your desired tasks in an isolated environment. Our system will execute the code snippet inside the container using all the tools available in the container image. We call this Docker container the runner. Alright. I don't want to create and push my own. I mean, I guess I might be going to the Docker Hub. Looking for... This is the one for C++. So eventually I might just do a search, but let's see. I should read a little bit more about it. Let's see. So, and then this is where you do the dot slash if you don't have a hierarchy structure. So, like already if we went in here, if we went back to our techio.yml, we go down to project. That's why I have root still set as dot slash. This has got to change to CPP or something. And then this is what I'm looking for with a runner. So, if we're looking for... Okay, this might be it. The path of the build file can be set in the project configuration file. Let's see what this is. This looks like it. Wait a minute. No, this is just techio.yml in general. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, this just has comments in it. So we have our title, We have our cover image, which is already set. We don't have to worry about that. That's that C++. If you look at, just pull up my playgrounds real quick. We got a lot of tabs going, so basically what I'm talking about is these images are changeable, but I'm going to leave them as default because that's about the best image for each of these playgrounds, because that's the whole point of each playground. So we'll leave that alone, but that's what it's talking about in the cover path to an image file. And if we look at this one, actually it doesn't even have, it says plan that. So we're automatically assigned a picture when we choose the template for the appropriate language. So when I said it, I wanted a Java template, it gave me a Java picture. Same with Python and same with C++. So again, we're going to leave those alone. However, plan and projects. So I need to change my project by the projects element. So for C++, I wonder. And then I haven't even gotten into chapters. That's something that I want to kind of research a little later. For now, I'm good. But, I mean, because we have functionality. Like, if I can make a C++ and make it similar. Oh, let's see. How's the world chat going? Okay, nothing for this stream, so we'll let them continue. And I'm also trying to join the Discord. I'm having a little issues with that. I'll figure that out too. But anywho, I'm lurking around CodinGame quite a bit. So, but if I can get a C++ tutorial out, rolled out, as good as this, and maybe even fixing this issue, then I'd say we're solid for a beginner tutorial. And I already have a list for the advanced tutorial. So starting with pointers and reference and all that concept. So that's down the road. First, beginners want to make it like this. So I need a project. What do you call a C++ project? I mean, this looks like a shell file. Install. But then it says my Java playground project. So is this for... That's why I get confused too, because their example, if you go to coding exercise, oh, well, I can just go back. Where is it? Maybe it is. Well, the one I saw, it had stuff like Javac, which I believe that's the Java compiler. I just always thought it was some kind of like Jacques, like French thing. But anyways, JAVAC, which is definitely a Java thing, and then I guess it's not here. Maybe I'm thinking quiz. Let's look at the quiz page. I do want to add this stuff eventually. This is brilliant. You got some Douglas Adams stuff going on here. For those that don't know Douglas Adams, check it out. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The answer to the meaning of life is 42, and you'll also see 42 on a lot of my followers' names, so it's a very common nerdy concept. But anyways, I digress. I swear I saw Javac somewhere in Java and Java files, but anyways, I can't find it now. Ooh, let's actually go back, because I don't know where we were. There we go. Which is reference, tech.io. Ooh, runner reference. Oh yeah, we were here. Here it is. Java. And then hello world.java, yet you've got a command python exec_py. So it's almost like it's trying to show you two at the same time, and I get it. There is some logic behind that, but at the same time it could be confusing to people. It's like, wait, are we writing Java today, or are we're doing Python? We've got an exec.py, or and then we've even got CSS. Ooh. That's interesting. Because I do dabble in CSS. I'm not a fan. Ugh. I can waste hours just changing simple color values and alignment of elements and stuff. So I try not to do web design. because it just drives me crazy. But okay, so we've got runner execution. So yeah, this looks like the command or the line that we always do to add those running sections. Let's see, timeouts. That's good. For infinite loops, because that is one problem that I explained in the Python section. You need to be careful of infinite loops. It's even more so with C++ and Java and all these other languages, because they don't have just a for loop that iterates through. Oh, what's up, time traveler? Welcome to the stream. But they don't have a simple for loop that just like iterates through every iterable. It's you have to declare, and that's actually where I'm struggling. If we go back to the C++ one, let's go to loops. I have it commented out, and I did have int I equals 0, so you declare the, hey, what's up, Chad? Just gearing up for C++. These are like the prep videos. I still have some issues to work through, but I wanted to at least get it started, and maybe even inspire other people to start making playgrounds too, because it's going to be a while before I put out the advanced sections on all these languages. But funny fact though, C++ was actually my very first language back in high school. I learned it shortly after all the Y2K nonsense, and but back then computers and programming, and I didn't really commit to it, so and here I am again. But anyways, this is broken. And originally I thought, in fact, let's pick up the book. Look up for loops. And there is a description of pointers, arrays, and everything. I'm just lazy. I don't want to read about it yet. And there's graphs. There's everything. File I/O. Computer science is everywhere. Okay. Statements, functions, vectors. I do want to talk about those eventually. Where are just their loops? Well, as fun as that is, I'm going to do it the easy way. Oh yeah? Nice. Well, you could be very helpful in the development of this. For now, I'm going to show a little Google foo. C++ for loops. So an example, yes, I was right. I had an int a. Now what am I missing? This might have just been part of, I was doing this on Replit, so, but if I copy that, plop it in. Well, first I have to get the runner working. But yeah, it I equals. I wanted to see it side by side, so let's go to. This is the Python one. Just real quick. So yeah, maybe you can help me out when we get to pointers and reference and stuff. I mean, I know how it's supposed to work, but I struggle with it. For now, I'm doing this is just the drafting form of a playground on CodinGame. So I did a stream yesterday and I made all of this. And this works for Python. It's ugly because it's got this red stuff, but if you actually run this, you can see in real time the Docker that's created will run that little bit of Python code. We could also do times 10, we can change it dynamically and it'll automatically adjust, or we can do test string backwards, and you can see it in real time. So it's pretty nifty, and I'm just trying to get my C++ playground up to that level. So yeah. But in order to do that, we need to do the Docker. Let's see. And I was looking at we're going to need to create all new file loops. Loops.cpp. Plop in what it's supposed to be. Okay. And of course I'll change that, make it my own, not just rip off someone already. I don't know if I like that. Plus should just be plus plus. And should there even be a space? But otherwise, for loops in C++, as far as I remember, were almost identical to Java for loops. The only difference was, like, this isn't the same way you would output something, but you still have the three components. You initialize the index, so this should be I. I mean, just to make it more relevant, that's always what I've seen it as. I or J if you're doing nested loops. But yeah, and then you can see value of A, I. Yeah. But otherwise, this is the main difference between Java and C++. So, well, I'll save that for now. We'll come back to that. For first, I need to look at yeah, yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out. You can do it the other way as well. That's right. You can go back to loops. It's like a pre-incrementer where you show that. Well, I want to get to the point where we can run it, but you're right. You can do. Although I've had issues with this, right? Because doesn't it increments before running, so it'd almost be like you'd have to adjust your start and end indices possibly if you do it that way, like the pre-increment. Um, yeah, and I know there are a lot of tricks for optimization, so that's definitely something I want to approach later on. There should just be. Do I have this same page pulled up twice? Run a reference, run a reference. I do. Okay. So, I need to do runner commands. Let's see. I don't want to start doing custom runners. That just sounds way too complex. Yeah, exactly. But it's nifty that you can do that. Python doesn't let you do that. You have to do the plus equals. It doesn't allow the plus plus, which, personally, the whole concept of plus plus and how you start seeing it in like like brand names and stuff. I even have some projects named like awareness plus plus and stuff like that, but you know, then the concept gets lost in Python. Um, I'm trying to find. I thought I saw like a list of runners. So I think I was already here. Let's see. Yeah, that was just the one above it. So, but I think this is where I saw that. Not chapters. Projects, I might need to. So we've got the root, then the runner. C runner. There we go. Runner. JUnit, so I think that'd be for like a JUnit testing? I don't know. Runner reference documentation. About the creation and the use of runner. And I think we keep going in circles because this is why I had it open twice. Yeah. You just go to the next page. Alright, cool. Well, that's fine. So that's what that does. We need to find a runner. Oh, that's cool. You can split it out and verify which version you want to run, so that's useful, but really I just need a list of runners. Where did I see that? So it's not that. Huh. Well, my main goal of this stream was to get it set up, and I already got this stuff. I don't want to go too far into explaining stuff without actually being able to test it. Alright, I might have to do some off-screen research on C project build command. Yeah, and then that takes us back to Techio, which we have here. Let's see. Runner commands. Runner list. Let's look at that. That looks like what we want to do. Okay, yep, here we go. We've got Python. We've got Ruby. GCC, is this for C? I feel like, oh yeah, here it is. I'm looking right at it. The GCC compiler. That's right. So, a simple C/C++ runner building using CMake and GCC and running user code using the command provided in the course. Let's see what that entails. I'll go into GitHub's. How to use it. There we go. But now do we need to... Let's see. How to use it, so I think we have to fork this and add this code to our own. Okay, so this is similar to what we've been using with the exercise creation. You've got your tests, you can say what you want to call it, and then your stubs, that's what first appears, and then this is what replaces it, or what gets overwritten, I believe, and then is shown to the screen. So that's why I've been setting these to the same file. If you don't, what happens is when you click the run button, it pulls whatever text is in this file, or whatever code, or whatever you've got sitting in there. Whereas if you have this, then it actually changes and then you can keep playing with it. So I don't know why it's actually split. I mean, I'm sure I'm just not understanding that all the way, but for our purposes, just to get to where we can test C++, this looks like the line I need. I just need to know, do I need to copy their code, the Docker file? That looks like something I need to make will be executed and the command specified in the markdown file will be executed. So I think we need to I don't know, but this is why I'm doing this. So anyone else wanting to make a C++ playground, you can just watch these videos and go through all of this and just get the answers. Or you can look at my completed files and, go from there. Because it'd be really nice to just have an example. We've got, so this is for like testing. We're just trying to do, this is test.cpp. Oh, wait. Main file. Yeah, you don't want too many main files. Then you get confusion. Let's see. Well, I mean, first let's try just throwing that in there because everything's linked on GitHub. Maybe it knows what I'm talking about. Maybe. Oh, and to do that, sorry, we need to go here. We need to go to our techio.yml. And then we need to put that here. So our runner changes, projects change, but I don't know how much that actually affects. taking a sec. You've taken too long. Let's try it again. There we go. Edit. No? Do I need to close some things? So down here, I found this runner list at the very bottom. So anyone looking for these things to get to where I'm at, you go to run at the bottom. One more thing. Ooh, what's resources? Docker Hub. There we go. To this to get the dockers. Let's see. Look at that. That looks like what we're trying to do. The CMake GCC runner. Oh, a node? Okay. Kotlin. Java. And this stuff just gives me a headache. The whole Maven, Gradle, and all those terms thrown around. I was spoiled. I just used Eclipse. I mean, I wrote my Java files and then Eclipse did all the stuff for me. So, at least with C++, I actually had to look at the make files a little deeper and understand kind of what they were doing. But not to the point where I feel good. Are you making a CPP playground? I'm trying to make a playground for every language that I know. I'm going to make a Java, a C++, and a Python. Because Python, that's the one I use the most, but I first learned C++ way back in the day. Then I learned Java in college. And it's just good to know. Just for anybody who's looking to use a different language. Especially because Python's pretty easy. I mean, it takes a lot of the work out, but I don't know. My plan is to have as many tech tutorials done before I go back to work. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get them all out. But yeah. So it looks like I need this. Let me see. Probably have to sign in. So this looks like a mocked up version of the GitHub that we're actually looking at. Yeah, because there's the test cases on that. So we do need to get this source repository. Yep, see make runner, which we have here. So yeah, this is some bash. You got if and then you got bash right there. So ooh. Okay, I mean I guess that makes sense. Oh, why are you saying there's already? I should probably check that. Let me see. Go to C++. Yeah, because at least with Python, I did see simple C++ template. I didn't see anything that I thought was really all that great as far as just beginner Python. I mean, there was some stuff. Let's see. So we get that. I mean, we could use this playground to test stuff that I'm writing about, but I want to get this to be able to work on my own playgrounds. And see, they also do that. I usually do this. I mean, it doesn't affect anything, it's just personal preference, so. But if we go back and see if there are any. Oh, there's even CSS. Huh. But out of the 43 projects, got a lot of interesting higher up stuff, but we don't really have any. Okay, so we've got some control flow maybe, a word count, a very specific thing. Runnable snippets, that might be something. Let me go. Yeah, let's look at runnable snippets. Passing a function as a parameter, filling an array with some initial values, sorting. So like initializing variables, sorting a vector. Again, these are things that let anyone just coming into it, they're not going to try to figure out what a vector is. They're going to be like, okay, what am I doing printing text to a screen? So, you know, the very basics. Interview questions, which are very useful, but again, that's kind of post a degree or post years of self-taught stuff, so. Yeah, it's a couple simple things. Oh, I think this is one I was looking at the other night, and this one is pretty handy. It's got, again, they do that. I don't know if that's really the world standard, but I learned it the other way. But anyways, um, yeah, we've got hello world built in the very basic without using any usage statements, um, which I do want to explain. So I'll write that up when I actually, and I'll do a different stream. This is just prep. This is like the preparation for the playground. Um, I'll do another longer one probably of actually like this is what you do, and then this is this. So, but for now, it gives a nice explanation of that namespace issue that I was talking about. So I do like that. Simple. Oh yeah, and it has how to learn to code. Huh. Well, maybe it does have everything. How to be a computer. Yep. Ones and zeros. How computers read code. Kind of feel like I need to make a general one of these for all the languages that I'm covering, because that is true. Like, it is useful to realize that you're working with a machine that only does exactly what you tell it, and nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't make assumptions, it doesn't make interpretations, it just does. It just does. So, yeah. And I do already have a Linux video, a couple Linux videos up. So if people are trying to do stuff, you know, and they're like, "Wait, what's all this stuff?" I do have a Linux tutorial out, but yeah, and I do like their throwback to Douglas Adams here as well. Return 42. And that is something to consider. I didn't even think about that. Like, you might want to show them just the very basic program like this, because just about every program in C++ needs an exit code. So you always need to, whereas with Python, you don't necessarily need to have a return. Void. I don't know. I think that's just a Java. Ugh, God, that just bugs me. All right. Okay. I mean, this is a decent guide. I will say that. Actually, no, this is a pretty decent beginner guide. I like it. Oh, also, to kind of answer your question a different way, my end goal is to become a professor at CSU. Like, that's my dream, or some university, and just teach this professionally. Like, that's way down the road. I mean, I still probably have like a decade in industry that I need to do, get experience. Only got like 2 years so far, so still kind of starting out myself. But I had a lot of fun tutoring in college, the younger years. So, like, once I understood it, then I had fun explaining it to others. So that's why. But I mean, this is good. Although there are a couple of qualms with it, and I'm thinking there might be. Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw a like. Oh wait, no, I did. I did like it already. That's right, because I was looking at this. But if you look at the messages, the feedback, yeah, it's a great start. And this is 4 years, 3 years ago. No. And please, if anybody sees any typos in my stuff, let me know. Throw comments in here. You can have a whole discussion on it. Um, in fact, I do want to do what I was going to do, is put like a comment on my own thing and just say, these are the things I'm still working on. I don't know. I'm trying to get everything done before I publish it as well, too. So you can... Wait. Oh, this is just sharing it. Okay, never mind. I can copy a link. But I was going to say, if this is the... Well... Oh, sorry. I thought that was the same person. We got Codnot, and then we got the creator. Had a very similar... Where are they from? Does it say? I'm always just curious to see where everybody's from on CodinGame. It's pretty nifty. Oh, you're in the US. Okay. Anyways, I was gonna put a comment on my own playground and say these are the things that I'm working on, the things that I still need to add. But I digress. So, actually, if we go back, so that's basic one, but I don't know. It seems incomplete. I don't know. If we go back, of course, mine's complete too. I mean, mine's just basic. The one I have for Python so far. Oh, whoops, we gotta filter it. Okay, let's look at. There we go. All the way at the bottom. So that is the oldest one. So other than that, I mean, these might be. It looks like they disappeared too. But let's see. Actually, really, we just need this. What is this called? Entry point shell. So if we go back to here, huh? It's not letting me edit files for some reason. Okay, well, I might have to do some research off stream and figure out. And once I do figure it out, I'll share it on stream. But I need to figure out. I guess I could just fork their. I don't know. But that's the next hurdle. Once I get that, then we can actually start testing within the thing. For now, I mean, we could go to be very ghetto, but that doesn't really work for publishing our own playground because we could use their runners. I wish there was a way to. I don't know. See their project code for the playground. I mean, I'm sure it's in here. Let's see. Because eventually I'm going to be doing a bunch of this other stuff. I mean, I want to do a Java. I've already got Java pretty much good to go. Oh, and then there's that. So this must include the testing aspect, whereas if you just want Java, I don't know. So I'm forced to face all those things that I avoided when I was learning coding, how to make the code into an executable. So, okay, well. Yeah, that's interesting. I actually didn't. I didn't include anything, and Python worked. What did I use for my... Yeah, sure. Couldn't file. Don't I have... There we go. Python, colon, 3. That's it. I mean, is this as easy as it is? Let's see. Run our list. Python 3. So if we do CMake, maybe? Just do CMake? Maybe it'll know what we're trying to talk about. I want to say it's going to want something like 11 or 14 or plus plus 11 plus plus 14. But let's try that and then see if that does anything. Alright, so now we need to go back to our hello world. Oh yes, it's building. Error. Could not build the image Python message. Oh. It makes a pull request. Also, Python, I need to fix something. Ah, thanks for the follow. Oh, thanks for the raid. Never mind, that's a raid. What's up, that noob? Welcome to the stream. I was gonna say, wait a minute. That noob's already following me, but welcome, welcome. I wish. No, confusion. I am an Al, and I like gory video games, so that's the Al Gore. But, so my name's Alex, and all that. But, I do have moon rocks, and I do live on the moon. Like the Futurama Al Gore stuff. Alright, let's see. So, Python 3. This has to be make, I believe, at least. If not, so we have a CPP file. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. It's building. Oh yeah, so this is that coding game I was mentioning on your stream. I think it was, what, yesterday. This is a new tool that I found, which is really cool. And you might actually think about doing this since you do a lot of technical streams. This is what it looks like. So in CodinGame, go to live streams and you can see my stream right there. So it's a nifty idea for nerds like us. So whenever you're doing your JavaScript and your Angular, and I don't even know what all you've been working on. I was watching earlier, but yeah, you should check this out. All you gotta do is throw CodinGame in your title, and you'll be featured here. But you can also do a lot of really cool code clashes and stuff. In fact, I might do a clash here soon, because I'm trying to figure out how to make a C++ playground. I already have a playground for Python. This is what we worked on yesterday, so I'll go ahead and show the raiders. Let's see. So if we filter down on, and this is found in activities, learn, so we get to post our own educational materials. Filter down on Python, and on the first one here, A-Rye, we got beginner Python concepts. So everything basics. Anyone wanting to learn basic Python, here's the videos. Oh, what's up, Owen? Welcome, welcome. And so these are links to the YouTubes. I already uploaded streams, so you can watch the old ones, even when they get taken off of Twitch. Still got a couple of things I need to fix, but as you can see, you can interactively run Python code. So, oh yeah, you should definitely check out CodinGame. And you can do JavaScript as a language. I'll show a clash here in a sec, but real quick, this is if you did, oh, or actually wait. The original one I had in here. So that's reverse, and then you need to do the times 3. That's a nifty one. Boom. But either way, I have a bunch of examples for people to play with. Then I added a second section down here so you can do the same thing. Ah, thanks for the follows, Rug. And everyone, sorry, I missed a few of those follows. Yeah, there's no limit, and I encourage, the other reason I put out these videos, you can watch them and you can follow along step by step how to make a playground. The problems that I run into, corner cases, things like that. Yeah, like we don't need more projects always, but still, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like I have my GitHub pulled up here, and this is all you really need. You need to make your techio.yml to match this. You need to add these corresponding files, so we can take a look there. And link to my GitHub's in my Twitch bio too, so if anyone wants to check this out. The names aren't very intuitive. The HBGS is the Python one. They assign these names. I haven't gotten around to changing them. Huh. We all need some more time. There's never enough, for sure. But yeah, and this is it. This is all you need to make something that looks like this. So you can use this arrow to go to check out comments, primitive variables. I mean, this is still pretty basic. And then my favorite, I added for an example algorithm, a basic ROT13 encryption and decryption algorithm, which you can fully functional try, fiddle around with, test. You can take it for yourself, use it. It's totally, everything's open source. So in fact, I encourage people to play with this code and to kind of understand what's going on. The concept of a circular array, a better concept of a circular array, introducing modular. Yeah, I love the presentation of it. It's very clean, very organized. And then here's a ROT N, so you can actually adjust how much you want to encrypt your letters by. So, and it's all in real time. I mean, I do want to figure out how to change this. This bugs me. I mean, but really, when you're building it, you go to this tech.io site, so I have them both pulled up here. This is where you get redirected to before you publish, and then you can play around with it, and as you'll see, I have a lot of it here. So eventually, I'm going to be looking into fixing that bug from here, but it's all the same stuff. You've got your markup, your preview, you can click the edit button, then it takes you into here, and then based on your spacing, this will become a header since it's spaced all the way to the left. Then you indent it to make it an actual, like, what would be paragraph in HTML. And then, oh yeah, VS Code too. It's a way to do it. Let's see. In fact, funny you mentioned that. I have the book on C++, this thing, by, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Bjarne Stroustrup, the creator of C++. It's massive. This is what I use for college. So, but he even says, use Visual Studios. I tried to look for how to make a makefile in this, and it directed me to Visual Studios. So I just downloaded the free version of that and started using that for my C++ projects. But here, technically, you could do any of this stuff. So if you cancel out, go back here, you can see, well, let's go to the build version. So, and again, that's just CodinGame, activities, and learn. You can actually play with an encryption algorithm. So if we were to run this, you've got your basic hello world here with an encryption key of 12 and then a decryption key of 14 of the corresponding text. And as you can see, you get hello world back. I also got hello world by going with a negative encryption key, so now you're moving all of the character values back by one instead of forward. So yeah, it's just really cool, and I don't know, I still have a lot of work to do. I want to explain, like, my data structures page is struggling. I just mentioned lists and dictionaries. Whereas I have a whole series of videos on code clashes where I explain data structures a lot better. We even have recursion in here. You can teach. Yes, your changes will be lost because I modified the code in there. But you can even test out recursion and see how it works. Prints out all the characters. And then the base case. And if you make an infinite loop, there's a protection against that. You can time out. I mean, we can test it real quick. If it equals 42, it'll never hit that. So let's see an infinite loop. And boom. Gives you an error. It's out of range. Wait, how many times? Previous line repeated 30 more times. Okay, so it'll stop you. How far did it go? Anywho. Yup. So then if we change it back to a legit base case, failure, try again. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. And also, I want to point out, eventually I want to add questions. So we were looking at runners to try to figure out how to do different things. But you can add a quiz, and then it looks like this. You know, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Of course, we know this is 42. We'll try this. Check it. Nope, that's not right. Sleep and eat? No. 42. There you go. So eventually I want to get that. That's like kind of like a goal. But for now, we're struggling with runner list, additional resources, stuff like that. I do have the list. I just need to figure out. Let's see. Let's actually just try this. This looks like what I'm missing. So if we go back to here, I'm trying to get the correct. Stop that. Oh, might have to reload the page. It's still trying to do that. You got to be careful because at the same time, whenever you do any changes in your GitHub, it's directly connected. You link your GitHub with this site. So anytime you update your files there, it also updates them here. So you have some race condition possibility. Let's see. So, but what I need to change, well, I guess I could change it here. Hello world, and the IX. Oh, wait. No, that is where I needed to be. So instead of CMake, the runner, I don't think this affects anything, but I mean, we can go ahead and change it to C++. Then we'll try to set it to that runner, commit the changes. Hello world again. It will, you gotta be patient, it'll try to do it. So pull access denied for CMake GCC runner. Repository does not exist or may require Docker login. Now, I could see it being either way because I'm not logged into Docker, but then again, I wasn't logged into Docker to use the Python runner, which, and I have that pulled up here. In order to create this snippet of code, we did this line. So try out any of the snippets in this here window. So that's our message, the first part. That's the structure of it. And then stubs, we have a universe.py. I just haven't changed that. That was their example. But if you look at the corresponding GitHub, I do have a universe.py. So it will call this and put this in the window. So whatever I have in universe.py. So if we look at this. And also it had something different for this. But I'm thinking, oh, right, the command might need to change, because here we're saying use the Python 3 interpreter. Alright, let me try it here. Also, this has some redundancy. So in this line, yeah, I'm just doing CMake. Let's try the whole thing and see if that changes anything. And it's also really nifty. You get to watch up here. It says, you know, build in progress. You don't click anything because then you'll like almost accidentally click publish if there aren't any errors. Yeah, so either I'm not calling it by the right name, meaning it doesn't think that it exists, or I need a login for this one, which I'm not sure. So let's see. Yeah, and it's gonna crash until I fix it somewhere. So, but I mean, we do already have, let's go ahead and refresh the screen, because that can cause a bunch of lag. So it's gonna be, alright. I do have the basic structure set up already. I mean, I do want to add a couple more Because yeah, I'm still gearing up to make my official legit. Here's my C++ stream. This is how you do it. This is how you do hello world. This is how you do variables. You know, all that good stuff. Most of the structure set up. I really just need to figure out how to make it execute. And then, because if you click this, it will crash. Ooh, that's something different. But again, we don't have the correct Docker runner, so this isn't going to really do much. So, let's go ahead and add hello world comment. So in order to do that, to add new sections, what's going on? So this is our C++. We actually have it here. So if we wanted to add new sections, we could just do copy these. Do data structures. Make that 7. Oh, no. We'll do that. What did I name it in the Python one? Example algorithms. There we go. So I'll think of something fun. I do have Rot 13 in C. Wait, no, I don't. So in order to get to, I did write a Rot 13 as well as a stream and a block cipher encryption algorithms in C++, but they're in a computer that I no longer use, so it hasn't been connected. It won't be connected to the internet, but anyways. So maybe I'll have to build that from scratch. But for now, example algorithms is what I want to name this. But I'll think of something fun and something different, hopefully, than the Python one to demonstrate just how everything is used, or as many of the concepts as possible. So, as far as now though, let's see, I made 7, I made 8, so I need to go and make those. So that means going back to the playground, home, and adding a file, statement, 7, what is this? Actually, I don't think that even matters. Data structures. As long as it's all the way to the left, I think in the markup, this is a markup file, then it'll display as a header. So we'll do that. And then we need to make a 8 for, example algorithms. Alright, let's see if I did that correctly. Commit that file, just kind of had a sub. Oh, it's still gonna have the error too. I wonder if it'll crash. It'll try to build. We've already got red bars showing up, but that's okay. We want to go to. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, to go research this. Let's see. Whoops. We were doing it in Hello World. Let's go ahead and just comment this line out. For some reason it's still trying to make that. And you'll notice it's still showing up even though I commented it out. So, comments don't matter, I guess. If I take it out, although, I don't know. I'm pretty sure all I need to change is this right here. You know, what compiler I'm trying to use. Maybe, actually, wait a minute. Make. That's too simple. Also, I didn't uncomment it, but since it's still having errors, I don't think that's even a thing. Okay, yeah. It's not make. It might be CMake, but that's what I had before. And I crashed it, so. Huh. Mm. Well. Hmm. I might have to do some research off stream. Let's see. Forecast GitHub repository. Hmm. Ooh, they have a Slack. Should I do it? Let's see. Yeah, we'll go to their Slack. Let's see. I have a Slack, I think. Oh. Visit the forum. Most likely these issues have already been answered by someone else. I'm just reinventing the wheel again. So, but we shall see. Alright, so we've got a forum here. Let's see, can we search? Make. Oh. Looks like we've got puzzles, general, platform evolution, general. Okay, so we need to specify this is a playgrounds issue. So we need, let's see if there's a specific playgrounds. Enhance CodinGame with Tech.io playgrounds. Okay. Let's see. Let's narrow search playgrounds. Run. Okay, now we've got a little bit of pollution with other things. So we've got puzzles, we've got run solutions to problems. Exercise? Well, let's see. Because the way they classify it here, what I'm trying to do is add a coding exercise. So if you look at this page, this is where it shows you how to do. Oh, that's going to cause a little lag. I apologize. This is where I got the universe, test universe. I got the sample runner. So see, that's, you know, part of why I did Python first. Also because Python is my main programming language now. But I was already handed all this stuff. I just copy and pasted this into my techio.yml file in my project folder, and then I added this. I literally had that as my first run command just to see if it worked with these two files, and that's how I was able to tell you want the same file in both of these, and maybe that's why I'm messing up and getting that red. Maybe I need to look at that closer. But if you do it this way and you click run, it actually loads and executes the code in this file. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because I had this file and then I had this file as a separate file just to see what was going on. I had a different output. So yeah. but it's very straightforward. This is actually just dot slash because all of your project files, unless you actually make a hierarchy. Oh, let's go back. I have this section as, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not mine. This is theirs. I mean, also good to look at because they have it built in the same fashion. They made a playground to tell how to make a playground. So, ooh, miscellaneous runner list. Let's actually look at that because this might be runner list. Okay, so this is the same thing that I saw there, and that's why we were trying CMake or all of this. Whereas here, I was able to do it without changing anything. I just had Python 3, and it knew, so it pulled the interpreter from the correct place. So that makes me think that they actually have all these available to you. You're already linked to them. You just need to think of the right spell word, the right keyword. So if this is to Python 3 as this is to, I'm going to say, I want to say CMake, but can you try that? Uh, Pretty sure I already tried it. Let's go ahead and, I think it's stuck. I think I broke Tech.io for now. Wait, no. So let's try to first uncomment it, and then we'll try CMake. Fairly certain we've got helloworld.cpp, so it's a CPP file. So that should all look round up. But I'm still thinking we need a different command. Yeah, there's still errors. So that's interesting. It's looking for CMake-CCC-runner. And that it's pulling from here. CMake. Yes. Let's try to change it here. This, I might have figured it out. Hold on. I don't think I've done this before. So I'm starting to get a little excited. Not quite, because I didn't name the project. I don't think that project name is correct, but let's see if it works. Okay, we're going to need to refresh it again, I believe, and then have it try to pull the new compiler. No, still errors. Let's try it. No. Alright, well. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fiddle with it a bit. So I'm gonna do that on my own. I'm gonna try to figure that out. Sorry, I know you guys, well, there's 6 of us left, but some of you just came from that noob's raid, but let's turn around and raid someone else. Let's do some of that. Or, well, actually, what I like to check is if someone else is streaming on CodinGame. Ugh, assembly. If you want a real challenge, learn assembly language. That is... Ugh. Yeah, it looks like it's just us. So... And I don't have anybody... I was gonna say Erratix is streaming, but he's doing a game stream. Yeah, that's okay. We can let them stream. We don't have to raid anyone. I don't want a bunch of people watching coding stuff into Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I hope I fix those bugs. Eventually I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to do C++ and Java to match this thing. Very proud of this thing. This is my Python background. So if I can get it to this step, and then of course I'm going to do another video where I actually do better data structures and actually explain what you can do with them. But for now, like if I was just starting out, and I wish I had stuff like this when I was getting my degree, because I spent literally hours, if not days, on very simple syntax bugs. So, but now that I have it here and I can play with it, and then got examples and everything, it takes a lot of the guesswork out. So, all right, well, thanks again for the raid, that noob. That was awesome. I appreciate it, and all the follows. You guys are all awesome. I'll be doing nerdy stuff like this all the time. Uh, Also doing Tiny Tina streams maybe, so there's gonna be some gameplay as well to get that gore for the gore of my name. But anyways, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys all later. Hopefully I'll fix those bugs. Wait, before I forget, sorry. That's my OSCS. So if you're interested in any of the projects I'm working on, there is my website. It's just a code pen, but I do all my projects on there, and I also try to update everything on there as well. So something to check out if you're bored, or if you want more projects. Not like we all need any more projects, but anyways, thanks again. I'll see you guys later.